Ahamura Bhatta Jugam Kaha Kavira Eka Kale Kota Gela Gora Nataraj Raghunath and Gopal Bhatta Dasa Kavira Have they all gone off to dance with Gora Nataraj? Pashane Kutibo Mata Annale Pashibo Goranga Gunera Nidhi Kota Gele Pabo Pound my head on a boulder or walk into fire. Where is Lord Gauranga and the virtues I admire? Se sabba sangira sange je koilo bila Se sangha napaya kande narotamoda Lord Gauranga and his cohorts have all disappeared. Narottama Das yearns for them, his eyes raining tears. Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Narottam Das Thakur ki jai. All these associates of Narottam Das Thakur was very poignant because he was a prince, had heard about Lord Chaitanya and the devotees, and left everything just to have their association. But by the time he reached, Lord Chaitanya was gone, then Lord Nityananda was gone, and then the 6 Goswamis were gone. And he just missed seeing all of these great personalities. One of his contemporaries, Srinivasacharya, also disappeared under circumstances we don't know. So he's feeling separation from not only his elders and the Supreme Lord, but even from his own friends. This is one of the joys of being able to live to an old age, that you get to see all your friends die. And so, in this world, nobody escapes this separation. But Narottam sings so beautifully, there's no point in living. He's ready to commit suicide without this. This is the depth of his feeling, of course. This is separation from Krishna, which is the perfection of our spiritual life. It begins with feeling separation from the devotees. You ever have an occasion where you're away from devotees for a little while, doing some job or visiting some family members or something, then you have association only with the non-devotees, only with devotees in your mind. What was it Lord Chaitanya asked Ramananda Roy, right? What is the greatest misery? Yes. And Ramananda Roy said, I can tolerate anything in this world except the absence of the Vaishnavas. So now many of us will be going to Mayapur, and you have all of this wonderful Sangha, and it's so ecstatic while you're there. But then when it's over, all of a sudden you're deprived, and it's very striking how much you can feel that separation even after a short time. So you are all together here serving Nitai Gauranga, and you have the Sangha, so please never take it for granted. It is such a precious, precious opportunity. Anything else on this bhajan? All right, shall we go on then? Next. Okay, what's next, Prabhuji? Okay. So make sure I get my keys right. Is there some water?
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Okay. All right, this was Srila Prabhupada's favorite bhajan. He once told Jamuna Devi, one of his disciples. Hari Hari Vipale Janma Goinu. Hari Hari O Lord Hari, I spent my life so uselessly. Manusya Janam Mapaya Radha Krishna Nabhajiyam. Janiya Shuniya Vishakainu. This precious human existence is meant to serve Radha Krishna. Yet I swallowed poison consciously. Golokira Prema Dana Harinama Sankirtana. Jani loke Sangsara Vishanale Divya Nishiya Dvale Diva Nishiya Dvale Joraite Nakoinu comes the treasure known as Prema Sankirtana. Why do I have no attraction for it? This poisoned world brings no delight and blisters my heart day and night. Chanting is the cure, yet I ignore it. Brajendra Nandana Jai Sachi Sutta Hoilo Sai Balaram Hoilo Nitai Balaram Hoilo Nitai Dina Hina Tatta Chila Hariname Udarilo Dina Hina Jatta Chilo Harinama Udarilo Karasakshi Jagamada Karasakshi Jagamada Lord Krishna, the son of Nanda, has now come as Lord Chaitanya. Lord Krishna, the son of Nanda, has now come as Lord Chaitanya. Has now come as Nitai. Balaram has now come as Nitai. Their kirtan has liberated souls who were the most degraded. Their kirtan has liberated souls who were the most degraded. Sinners such as Jagai and Madhai. Sinners such as Jagai and Madhai. Ha ha Prabhu Nanda Sutta Vrishabhanu Sutta Yuta. Prabhu Nanda Sutta Vrishabhanu Sutta Yuta Karuna Korohe Baro Dasakoi Natali Herangapoi Narottama Dasakoi Natali Herangapai Toma Bine Keache Amara Toma Bina Keache Amara Nanda's son, I beg of you, and Vrishabhanu's daughter too. Nanda's son, I beg of you, and Vrishabhanu's daughter too. Grant your mercy now before I perish. Grant your mercy now before I perish. Narottama Das entreats to stay at your pink lotus feet. Narottama Das entreats to stay at your pink lotus feet. Other than you, who else shall he cherish? Other than you, who else shall he cherish? Other than you, who else will he cherish? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hari Hari Vipale Janma Goinainu Gaura Premanandi. All right, so any comments on this song? This song that Srila Prabhupada loves so much. You remember him? Yes?
He is Rishi Kumar, who is zonal supervisor for New Delhi, NCR.
Nice to meet you. Rishi Kumar? Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Thank you, Maharaj. It's a privilege to hear from you. I still remember once in Srila Mayapur when I asked a question as to what is a good prayer to sing before the Lord, and especially Narasimha. And your Grace answered that you will be very careful before you pray something. So when I got this prayer, I could just relate it so much that Srila Prabhupada made English such a wonderful language. And most of us, even when we preach in Hindi, we read the books of Srila Prabhupada in English. And the fact that you translated this prayer into English, I was, with due respect to Srila Narottama Das Thakur, was wondering whether I should instead sing these bhajans in English rather than Tamil. It's wonderfully done, and it's a great contribution to Srila Prabhupada's service. Eminently grateful to you.
Thank you so much, very much. Srila Prabhupada, these songs come originally in ISKCON from Achyutananda Prabhu. He was a young man, I think 19 or 20 years old when he came to India. He came to India because if he had stayed in America, he would have been drafted into the army. So I thought, I can go fight in Vietnam or I can go to India with my guru. I think I'll go to India. Came and he stayed for, I think, 9 years, many years. And there were no ISKCON temples, so he stayed in the ashrams of Prabhupada's godbrothers, which was a mixed experience for him. But he learned all of these songs. He learned Bengali and Sanskrit. Very intelligent man. He learned the languages, and then he began translating these songs for his own reference. Songs like this and many others. When Srila Prabhupada learned that he had done this, he asked him to please make a book of these songs, called the Songs of the Vaishnavacharyas. So he made the book, and he made some recordings. Srila Prabhupada wrote the foreword for the book. So we're kind of building on his contribution here. And he was kind enough to write a foreword for my versified English edition also. And we sang. Yes, so he's a very interesting person. The foreword starts a long, long time ago in a land far, far away. Little reference to Star Wars. So, let's thank you, Prabhu. Yes, we're just trying to make this more accessible. At that time, Srila Prabhupada also said that just to hear, even if we don't understand the meaning, just to hear these songs resonates in our heart and elevates us spiritually. So we don't need the translations, English translations. If they help us focus and meditate on the meaning, so much the better. Okay. Thank you. All right. Shall we go on next? Gorapahu, Gorapahu, Napachiya Goinu, Prema Ratana Dhana He, Laya Harainu. I failed to serve Gora Prabhu, throwing life away, giving up the wealth of prema. I quickly lost my way. Padane yatana kare tanate yaginu apana karama doshe apani dubinu. Having lost the wealth of prema, I worked in poverty, leaving me to dive into a pool of sinful deeds. Satsanga charikainu asate bilasa te karane lagiloye karma bandha pansa. I stayed with the sinners, for the saints I had no use. Soon I became tightly bound in karma's painful noose. Vishaya Vishama Visa Satata Kainir Gora Kirtana Rasema Ganana Hayinu. Focused on my senses, I drank poison on and on, missing all the nectar of Gauranga Sankirtan. Nectar of Gaura Sankirtan. Why do Kenova Achaye Prana Kisuka Paya Narotama Dasa Keno Nagelau Maya. Why do I keep living? What enjoyment do I know? Narottama Dasa should have perished long ago. Narottama Dasa should have. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now, I'm sure you've noticed how Narottam Das puts his name at the end of every song. Does anyone know why he does this? There's two reasons. First reason is that if there is anything wrong in the song, Narottam Das does not want anyone else to be blamed. Any faults in the song, the authors put their name there. Another reason is that it's a copyright. So in other words, Jai Shri Shri Gaur, Jai Gauranga, Hare Krishna. Yes, in other words, if anyone sings this song, then they have to include the name of the author. Poor man's copyright, Achyutananda Prabhu said. All right, any other reflections on this song? Gaurapahu? Have you heard Prabhupada's rendition of this? Gaurapahu Namaste. Anyway, okay. Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you very much for this wonderful song you said. So I was just reflecting that what Narottam Das Thakur is singing in these songs, in the previous song also and this song also, is like but myself I'm struggling with, although we know that the real nectar is in the Sankirtan, but still we are trying to drink the poison of sense gratification. So you can give some clues how we can rise above sense gratification and how we can taste the nectar of the holy names.
Although I have no taste, I do understand that everything is driven by desire, by attraction. So even if we cannot develop a positive attraction to the holy name, we can develop a sort of negative attraction or repulsion from what happens when we don't chant the holy name. You see what I mean? In other words, if we experience some day where we somehow cannot chant japa, or at least chant in the morning, then we have some measure of the degree to which we are addicted to chanting japa. You see? And that is an inverse taste, isn't it? Now, it's not guilt or fear or intimidation. It is actually, no, I feel much happier when I am chanting. Or I feel very unhappy when I'm not chanting. And if we don't chant, it is inevitable that we will fall from the regulative principles. You see, this this taste for the holy name is the greatest treasure. Krishna does not give it easily. If we have taste for the holy name, then there's nothing really more we need to do in our lives. But we remember Lord Chaitanya himself said, Nam Namakari Bahuja Nija Sarva Shaktis, that Durdaiva Idrishamiha Jani Nanarag. I'm very unfortunate, I have no taste. So there are examples of devotees in our Sangha getting a preliminary or premature taste, so-called taste, that is not actually based on attraction, but maybe on prestige. One of my godbrothers, he apparently had some terminal disease. He was diagnosed with terminal brain cancer. And so in Chicago in 1975, Srila Prabhupada awarded him Babaji. It was the only time he ever did this. He was supposed to die within months, so he just went to Vrindavan as a Babaji. He was just going to chant and leave his body. So he went to Vrindavan, he was chanting, but miraculously he recovered. He did not die. And so he ended up being a gas station attendant somewhere without chanting. He gave up chanting, gave up Krishna consciousness, and just went off again for sense gratification. There was another aspiring disciple of Srila Prabhupada who was going to be the greatest tyagi in the history of. He walked to Mayapur from Africa. Yeah, so he walked all the way, somehow made across the water, and then walked all the way there, and and he was chanting 120 rounds a day, and he was the talk of the festival. Everyone was saying, "Oh, what's he doing?" And then he went off in Mayapur, and he stayed in a tree. He didn't want to stay in the ashram. So I don't want to talk to anybody and interfere with my chanting. And everyone was saying, "Oh, this is," and then Prabhupada said, "This is all nonsense." And when he heard that Prabhupada did not think he was fantastic, then he just went away, never to be seen again. So my point is, we cannot imitate the taste just by pretending to have a taste. What is that? Anusar and anuchar, right? Anuchar means to imitate. Anusar means to take the essence. So the essence is that we chant. Whether we have a taste or not, we chant because we accept the discipline. That's what it means to be a disciple. And then the chanting, day by day, it brings more and more of this anartha-nivritti, and the taste slowly comes, like the jaundiced patient who tastes sugar. It's bitter at first, then it may be tolerable. So even if we're at the tolerable stage, where chanting is tolerable, we are making progress. And when we, again, experience that without chanting, we don't feel the same, then that's also a sign of progress. I hope that's all right. The only answer to your question is chanting. Just more chanting. When we fill up our minds and our hearts with Krishna Katha and Krishna's name, then the ink of material life gets washed out by the milk, the nectarian milk of the holy name. Okay, anything else? Yes, Prabhu. If anyone else knows a shortcut, by the way, please tell me, because I cannot answer.
It's suggested that while chanting, we should be attentively hearing. But say because of certain health conditions, we are chanting sincerely. Like we are sitting and chanting, but somehow we couldn't focus on the sound.
Yes.
Maybe because of some certain health issues. So what can we do in that?
Health issues, service issues, relationship issues. What issues aren't there? So I wrote a poem about this. May I just share this short poem?
Yeah.
Okay. This is called Japa Reflections. The lessons that Prabhupada taught us, a treasure that never will end. The ecstasy bhakti has brought us, the service, prasadam, and friends. The many long roads we have traveled, the many digressions we've made. A tapestry coming unraveled, exposing an empty charade. The pains and the pleasures of living, this body we soon shall not need, all fall to the side as we're giving our heart to the very next beat. My godbrother Borijan Prabhu wrote a whole book about japa, and he said, in one sentence, it is just chant on the next beat. So whatever the mind is doing, we put it aside and just give our heart. If we didn't give our heart to the last one, we give our heart to the next one. Okay. There's no other methodology for worrying about attentive chanting. Attention is only in the moment. It's not an abstraction, it's in the moment. Where is my attention right now? Has anyone read Vaisheshika Prabhu's book, 4 Questions? Yeah, this is the 4th question. Where is my attention right now? Okay, so we have no need to worry about other things. Japa should not be worry beads. You know, we're chanting, we're going through the motions. My godbrother Hanumat Prasheka Maharaj says, he writes a newsletter called Twirling the Beads. Twirling the beads, like about inattentive chanting. So focusing just, whatever has happened in the last beat, focus on the next beat. Again and again and again. All right? Okay. So we have time for, okay, one more? I have 2 more bhajans if time allows, yeah?
Just one comment you were saying.
Yes.
At the end of every song, Narottam Das Thakur, Bhakti Thakur,
Yeah.
Bhushan Das Thakur, all the acharyas write there.
Yes.
As you said, 2 reasons why they write. First is about they can tell all what's lives to be, and another thing is copyright. Another thing, I don't know the reason or not, but at least for conditioned souls or practitioners, whenever we read, like if we read book, first we see who the author. And if his author is bona fide or something, then we are interested in going further. So the song also, so who's written? If it is a bona, then we are interested in reciting, repeating. If it is not a bona fide, then we are not interested in. So this helps sadhakas to distinguish between authorized and unauthorized, and so that authorized things, national faith is there. Oh, if Bhakti Thakur saying, wonderful.
Very good. That we know immediately, yes.
So
Yes.
immediately we
Yeah.
think, but it's, we don't know who's then, no?
That's all very good point. Very good point.
So like we go in market, we see what are the ingredients. We know what, okay, then it's okay.
Yeah.
Like it's green
Yeah.
dot is there,
Yeah.
or something that's,
Yeah.
there is no green dot, we are doubtful whether it's fake or not. You know?
It becomes a trusted brand. Okay, good. Thank you. Very nice.
And this is tradition, all sadhus, tradition. Even in Bengal, even in different parts, like there is one great saint in Maharashtra. He was initiated by Lord Chaitanya.
So you can know.
So he has written thousands of bhajans.
Wow.
So at the end of everything is Tukamani.
Tukamani, this is the thoughts of Tuka.
It's very, so anywhere it is said, this Apam Tukamani, immediately they will accept, otherwise.
Yes, you remember in the Markini Bhagavat Dharma poem by Srila Prabhupada. At the end he says, I have neither devotion nor knowledge, but you can fulfill the purport of my name. So he writes his name into it. Yes. All right. Actually, shall we move? We'll go on?
Yes.
Okay. Goranga bolite habe Pulaka sharira Hari Hari bolite na Yane babe nira Da bolite habe Kulaka sarira Hari Hari Naya babe nira As I chant Gauranga, when will shivering arise? As I chant Hari Hari, when will tears fill my eyes? Shivering arise. As I chant Hari Hari, when will tears fill my eyes? Arakabe Nittai Chande Karuna Hoibe Sansara Basana Mora Kabe Tuchabe like Nityananda, kindly glance and bless me. When will worldly happenings no longer impress me? Nityananda, kindly glance and bless me. When will worldly happenings no longer impresses me? Shaya Charya Kabe Shuddha Habe Manna Kabe Hama Erebosh Shri Vrindavana Charya Kabe Shuddha Habe Manna Kabe Hamaherayabo Shri Vrindavana. Giving up desires, when will my mind at last be calm? When will I behold the sight of Shri Vrindavan Dham? Giving up desires, will my mind at last become? When will I behold the sight of Shri Vrindavan Dham? Rupa Raghunatha Pade Hoibe Akuti Kabe Hama Bujha Bose Jugala Pariti Kabe Hama Bujha Bose Jugala Pariti. When will Rupa Raghunatha's lotus feet absorb me? Only then will Radha Krishna's pastimes come before me. Rupa Raghunatha Pade Rahumora Asha Prarthana Koro He Saddha Narotamodasa. Krishna's feet are now the only place. Narottama Das finds hope and thus forever prays. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gaura Premanandi, Hare 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 Bo. So, any reflections on this quickly? Hari Hari Bipale. Gaurangera Duty Pada.
Hare Krishna, thanks for such a wonderful talk. So, especially Thakur's bhajan, and this one and the previous one. So, in India, basically, people are afraid of even to utter the name of death. They are very much anxious, very much fearful, and even parents teach their children don't speak about death. Somehow or other, Goddess Saraswati sits on this. So they are a bit of conservative. But when we hear Narottama Das Thakur's bhajan, how boldly he speaks about death, the waste of life. Last bhajan that I was saying that Narottama Daso Keno Naveli. So he even we got reflection that death is worse, but even worse than death is not chanting the holy name.
Yes.
So he boldly proclaims that, so that really inspires us to take up the holy name seriously.
Yes, you remember it was it Tulsi Das, right, who chanted the name of death, Mara, Mara, Mara? He was told, just chant the name of death. Is that? It was Valmiki. Yeah, so his guru said, yeah, just chant the name of death, Mara, 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 Rama, 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 Rama. And he became a great devotee. So, yes, the fear of death is one of the coverings in the material universe that Lord Brahma gives at the creation that helps the living entities stay in the conditioned state. False pride, sense of proprietorship, and fear of death. All these are conditioning us, keeping us in bounds with Maya. So breaking through the fear of death simply means to know that there's no way we're going to stop death, but we can stop is another death. See? Srila Prabhupada was asked, will chanting Hare Krishna cure cancer? He said, yes. You chant Hare Krishna and you'll never get cancer again. So this is how devotees are able to look at death realistically. Srila Prabhupada also commented that when people see a devotee, because they are very wrapped up in material enjoyment and they don't want to think about what comes next, when they see a devotee, they see death personified. Because just by our presence, we're reminding them, hey, you haven't dealt with this pending issue in your life. And there is a way to deal with it. No, I just don't want to think about it. Okay. Yes. Okay? One more song. Okay, let's do the song by Narottama Das's great friend Srinivasacharya. Excuse me just a moment here. chanting Krishna's holy names in oceans of endless bliss. Everyone. From envy they're loved and worshipped by all souls, the holy, crude, and distressed. Blessed by Chaitanya they deliver to the world the mercy that he bestowed. Together. Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyago Shri Jiva Gopalako Scrooge Shri Jiva Gopalako, scrutinizing the scriptures expertly they prove eternal reality. Everyone in the three worlds offers praise to them while sheltering at their feet. They serve Radha and Krishna's lotus feet in bliss and love's astonishing mood. Love's astonishing mood. Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyago Shri Jiva Gopalako Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyago Shri Jiva Gopalako. They know Gauranga's qualities and narrate them with great fulfillment and faith. They pour Govinda nectar on conditioned souls who cleanse distress as they bathe. Liberation alone can't match the seas of bliss they bring to all fallen souls. Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyago Shri Jiva Gopalako. Quickly leaving aristocratic social roles they had adopted before. They donned loincloths and tattered quilts as simple clothes and cared for comfort no more. Then they swam in the ocean of the gopis' love, absorbed in its ebbs and flows. Then they One time together. Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyako Sri Jiva Gopalako. Vrindavan, where the peacocks, cuckoo, swans, and cranes forever move through the air. Shelter them under splendid trees with jeweled roots that grow abundantly there. Day and night they served Radha Krishna in delight and shared life's ultimate goal. Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyako Sri Jiva Gopalako. Constantly they would sing the holy name and bow, their time consumed in that way. Overcoming the urge to eat, sleep, and enjoy that fills up most of our days. Thoughts of Radha and Krishna's sweet and blissful ways enchanted these humble souls. Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyako Sri Jiva Gopalako. They appear to be mad, absorbed in love of God, with symptoms of ecstasy. They appear to be mad, absorbed in love of God, with symptoms of ecstasy. On the banks of the Jamuna or Radha Kund, or at the Vangsivat tree. The Vamsivati. They sang praises of Krishna's qualities with joy, no matter where they might go. They sang praises of Krishna's qualities with joy, no matter where they might go. Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyako Sri Jiva Gopalako. Shouting Radha, O Krishna, Queen of Vraja, Lalita, O Nanda's mischievous son. Shouting Radha, O Queen of Vraja, Lalita, O Nanda's mischievous son. Where are you in the trees along Kalindi shore, or over on Govardhan? Where are you in the trees along Kalindi shore, or over on Govardhan? Quite distressed with the pangs of separation's love, they cried aloud as they roamed. Sanatana Raghuyako Sri Jiva Gopalako. One more time. Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyako Sri Jiva Gopalako. Sad Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Narottam Das Thakur ki jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Srila Narottam Das Thakur. Hare Krishna.
His Grace Kalakantha Prabhu ki jai. So thank you very much, Puji, for your wonderful enlightening session. We are so blessed that on the way you came and showered the nectar of Vaishnavacharya's sons.
Thank you.
So fortunate on our auspicious occasion of Narottam Das Thakur's present day. We are able to hear Narottam Das Thakur and also his songs in English, so that because most of the people who are educated from English background, they can connect with it more easily. Especially those who don't know Bengali, this can really connect. And especially in India now, because India is almost got westernized. I remember in my college days, boys and all, they used to sing English songs, watch English movies. So very much, So if you can have Vaishnava song, English song, their western tendencies can get out there and they can be brought back to the roots. And Krishna consciousness.
I might just say that, like Bengali is such a beautiful language, and Sanskrit and Bengali is so systematic, so sweet to hear. And English is a mutt language, assembled from all different, with very irregular constructions and very unscientific language. And yet somehow in Kali Yuga it is a widely spoken language. The second most widely spoken language in the world after Mandarin Chinese, actually. Mandarin Chinese, just in terms of sheer number of people who speak it. So.
That's just because of the population.
Yes, yeah. Remember, this was Srila Bhaktisiddhanta's order to Prabhupada. You can speak English, then preach in English. Yeah. So anyway, thank you very much for your encouragement. Okay. Hare Krishna.
We hope that we can have the audio and video of the songs, so that otherwise, if we just read, if we don't know the tune,
yes,
it's difficult to appreciate it.
Yes.
When we know the tune, and especially Vaishnava song tune and then English,
yes.
Then it's very.
This year, for the first time in 25 years, I'm taking a year off from writing, and just going to record all of these bhajans and books. So I'm on your order. Thank you.
I'd like to thank Prabhuji for taking out his valuable time and blessing us with such wonderful sangha. And we hope and pray that we get to the sangha again in the near future.
I would not miss coming to this wonderful temple if there's any opportunity. It is fantastic here. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
New town, new tune.
So let us thank His Grace Kalakantha Prabhu for taking out his valuable time and giving a wonderful session by loudly chanting 3 times.